I'm Jennifer Livers, and I'm the Fire and Life Safety Educator with the Mebane Fire Department. With Thanksgiving approaching, the Mebane Fire Department would like to go over some cooking safety tips to keep you and your family safe through the Thanksgiving holiday. Cooking causes over half of the reported home fires in the United States, and 2 out of every 5 home fire injuries. It is also the leading cause of home fire deaths in the United States. Thanksgiving is the peak day for cooking fires, more than 3 times the daily average. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day come in second with more than 2 times the daily average of cooking fires. Unattended cooking is by far the leading cause of home cooking fires. Some of the top safety tips that you and your family can use through the Thanksgiving season are making sure you stay in the kitchen when you're cooking so that you make sure to keep an eye on the food. Stay inside the home when you're cooking your turkey and check on it frequently. If possible, you want to keep children out of the kitchen while you're cooking, especially away from the stove, as the stove will be hot and kids should stay at least 3 feet away. Make sure that they stay away from hot foods and any hot liquids. Any splash from vegetables, gravy, or coffee can cause serious burns to children. Make sure you keep your knives out of reach of children, and make sure your electrical cord, knives, coffee makers, plate warmers, or any mixers with appliances and cords are not dangling over the counter. Make sure you keep your matches and any utility lighters out of the reach of children, up, away, high, or in a locked cabinet. Never leave a child alone in the room that has a lit candle, and if children are going to be playing in a room, it's good not to have candles lit at all in that room. Make sure you keep anything on the floor clear so you don't trip over any kids' toys, pocketbooks, or any bags. It's also a great time to make sure that you check your smoke alarms to make sure your smoke alarms are working. You can do this by pressing the test button on your smoke alarm to make sure that it activates. During Thanksgiving, families may choose to deep fry their turkey, but turkeys that use cooking oil are not safe. These types of fryers use large amounts of cooking oil at very high temperatures, and this can cause devastating burns if it's not done properly. We have a few safety tips to keep in mind if you're interested in frying your turkey this Thanksgiving. Frying a feast-sized turkey requires a few things. The first is to make sure that you have a large enough pot with a fry burner. It also is very important that you make sure you have a good spot outside. You never ever want to fry a turkey inside. You want to make sure that you're on either asphalt or concrete and you're 10 feet away from any structure, any wooden fence, any canopy, or any trees. You want to make sure that you never fry when it's raining or snowing outside. And if it begins to rain or snow, you want to move your plans indoor and put your turkey in the oven. Never fry when it's raining or snowy. One very important thing to remember is to make sure that your turkey is fully thawed. USDA recommends approximately 1 day for every 4 to 5 pounds of your turkey to let it thaw in the refrigerator. It's also good to pull it out a good hour prior to frying it to let it dry. Before you put it in the fryer, you want to make sure you pat it completely dry to where there's no ice crystals on it and the turkey is 100% dry. You also want to make sure that you stay with your turkey the entire time that it's frying. If you leave, have another adult come and watch the turkey. It's also really important to make sure that you have a Class B extinguisher that is rated for a hot oil fire. If at any point while you're dropping your turkey into the hot oil, if the oil starts to splatter or overflow over the pot, immediately stop what you're doing. Check to make sure you have enough oil or not too much oil in the pot, and make sure that your turkey is dry before you put your turkey back in for a second try. Now that you see what can happen if your turkey is not completely thawed in the center, you might not get a positively charming result. Thank you for being with us today. We hope that this encourages your family to be safe this Thanksgiving. And from the Mebane Fire Department, we hope you have a safe holiday.